Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be making this fluffy patchy hat using this yarn and we'll be working with our fingers. Okay, so we're going to start by making a slip knot. So just grab your yarn on your right hand and wrap around your fingers like so, and then you're going to pull up the loop like so, and we've made our magic circle, but we're going to secure that by chaining one. So insert your fingers through the front of that loop and pull. And now we're going to do the same thing by going into the slip knot and pulling up a yarn and chaining one. And then you're going to do this 3 more times so that you end up with 5 chains coming out of your magic circle. Coming up at the end of the first round, you're going to pull your tail Okay, so for the next round, we're going to double our stitch count. So this first round we have 5 stitches. So we're going to go into the loop that the stitch is coming out of and then the stitch itself. Okay, so at the end of this round, if you go into those loops, you should have a total of 10 stitches. So that is going to be your first loop, and then you work into the next loop, and then you go into that third loop, and fourth, and so on and so forth. This is my last count, and stitch 10. So at this point you just want to make sure your stitches are the same size, so just pull and tug as necessary. And then the next round we're going to end up with 15 stitches, so we're going to increase on the first stitch and work the next 2 stitches as normal. So using the same method, we can work the extra stitch on the loop that it's coming out of, or in between the stitches, whichever presents itself more. Make sure to keep track of your stitches, and at the end of this round we should have 15 stitches. You can go ahead and use a stitch marker if it helps you, but at this point I don't increase going forward. I'm just going to keep 15 stitches. Okay, now that I'm done with my round, it is time to finish off. On this round, I will be going into every stitch, but I'm also filling out for those stitches that are too far apart. Like, for instance, this stitch seems a bit too far. I don't want my brim to be tight, so I'm just going to insert a stitch in between to fill up the gap, and then I'm close enough now to the next stitch. Okay, so there's no particular rule for this. I just felt it out as I went. So I can see that this stitch is not too far, so I'm just going to go into it. But the next stitch might be too far, so I'm just going to go in between to fill up the space and then go on like so. This is how I finish my last stitch. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please leave a comment and like this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a good one.